The electron transport chain. In here, we are going to discuss about steps of cellular respiration, what is electron transport chain, components of ETC, mechanism of ETC, and ATP production. Let's see, where does this cellular respiration happen? Every living cell does respiration in mitochondria. Steps in cellular respiration. First step is glycolysis. Next is tricarboxylic acid cycle. Then electron transport chain happens in mitochondrial inner membrane. What is ETC? It is a series of molecules built in inner mitochondrial membrane along crystal, transports proteins and enzymes. Transportation of electrons along the ETC linked to pumping of H+ to create H+ gradient. It gives 34 ATP from one glucose molecule, but this happens only in presence of O2, which called as aerobic respiration. In ETC, oxidation of NADH into NAD+, oxidation of FADH2 into FAD, production of H2O, synthesis of ATP are taking place. Let's see what are the electron carriers in respiration. In glycolysis, NADH acts as the electron carrier. In Krebs cycle, both NADH and FADH2 acts as electron carriers. When pyruvate converting into acetyl-CoA, again NADH is the electron carrier. What are the mobile electron carriers? Cytochrome C is a mobile electron carrier. This is the structure of it. Other than that, ubiquinone also an electron carrier. NADH passes electrons to ETC. Hydrogen cleaved off NADH and FADH2. Electrons stripped from hydrogen atoms to H+. Electrons pass from one electron carrier to next in mitochondrial membrane. Transport proteins in membrane pump H+ across inner membrane to intermembrane space. The ETC mechanism. Let's see the components involved in ETC. Intermembrane space of mitochondria, mitochondrial matrix, inner membrane, protein complexes, plasma protein, cytochrome C, and ATP synthase. There are 5 complexes in ETC. They are NADH dehydrogenase, succinase dehydrogenase, cytochrome BC1, cytochrome C oxidase, and ATP synthase. When the oxidation of NADH into NAD+, H+ are produced. Those H+ are going to the intermembrane through complex 1. When the oxidation of FADH into FAD+, produce H+ are going to the intermembrane through complex 3. Then, how do electrons flow? By NADH, electrons flow from complex 1 to ubiquinone, then to complex 3. From complex 3, cytochrome C carry electrons to complex 4. In FADH2, this pathway starts from complex 2, not from complex 1. How do water molecules produce? H+ and electrons which released by the oxidation of NADH and FADH2 bind with oxygen atoms to produce H2O. From intermembrane space to matrix, protons can escape through a channel and an enzyme. ATP synthase which uses diffusive protons kinetic energy to make ATP from ADP and phosphate. Total ATP production of ETC. From 1 NADH, 3 ATP can be produced. In glycolysis, 2 NADH are produced. So in ETC, 6 ATP are produced by 2 NADH. When pyruvate converts into acetyl-CoA, again 2 NADH are produced. Therefore, 6 ATP are produced from that. In TCA cycle, 2 FADH2 and 6 NADH are produced from one glucose molecule. Other than that, 4 ATP are produced. Total ATP production in ETC is 34. In summary, glycolysis produces 4 ATP and 6 ATP from 2 NADH. When pyruvate converts into acetyl-CoA, 6 ATP produced from 2 NADH. In TCA cycle, 18 ATP from 6 NADH, 4 ATP from 2 FADH2 and 2 ATP are produced. So net ATP production is 38.
Created using Powtoon.